Rohit, four spinners, and given the conditions, pitch conditions here, will this be the template going ahead?
Look, the game just got over now. We really need to think. Even if we want to play four spinners, how we can squeeze four spinners. If we don't, then we don't. Whatever works for us in terms of the bowling options, we will try and do that. The reason I say that is because the conditions here are very much. We are very much aware of the conditions and we know exactly what works and what doesn't work. So we'll give it a day. We'll think about it. What is the right combination to go with? But it is tempting.
I can ask the same question little ahead. Has Varun made a case for himself for selection after today's performance?
No, look, he just showed what he's capable of. Now it is up to us to think and see how we can get that combination right. Obviously, look, he got a game. He did everything that was asked for, and I said it at the post-match as well that he's got something different about him. And when he gets it right, he knocks people over and he takes five wickets, so it is very tempting and to think about, what to do, which is a good headache to have. We'll just try and assess. We just want to go back and think about what the Australian batting lineup will look like and, how we can try and see what kind of bowling options will work against them.
Rohit, in the first couple of games, the top three got the runs, and then today last couple of games, Shreyas Iyer has been there, Akshar Patel, Hardik Pandya got some time in the middle. How does that, most of that top seven have now got some knocks. How does that set you up, for the business end?
Yeah, no, look, absolutely brilliant for us today in terms of the middle order getting that opportunity and try and set up the target slightly under pressure. And the middle order obviously are very experienced in terms of the games that they've played, the number of games they've played. But to just get some batting time in the middle and to get those runs and get that fighting total was very, very important from our standpoint. So all in all, I think it was the game. It was perfect game we wanted. We wanted to try and test everything that we have in terms of our bowling option, the middle order getting to bat long enough, and setting up the target as well. Because the first two games we chased the score, but this time we wanted to try and bat first and see how that turns out for us. Because it's important to getting to know what kind of conditions are there when you bat first and when you bat second. So I think this game was the perfect game in terms of all of this.
Rohit, you saw Varun previously in T20s. What difference he's doing these days with after you saw him after making his comeback to the ODI, T20 side as well, and also how pleased are you with the batting effort of middle order against the spinners here in these conditions?
Look, speaking about Varun, I think he's become more accurate now. From the last time he played for India was way back in 2021, and that he was there was a little bit of inexperience in him as well because he hadn't played a lot of cricket. But right now, in the last 2 or 3 years, he's played a lot of cricket, whether it's domestic cricket, IPL, and now for India in T20s and now the ODIs as well. So he understands his bowling really well. There's definitely something about his bowling which he's using to his advantage. Some of our batters also couldn't figure that out, so which is always nice. But to answer that question, I think he's become more and more accurate, and the pace variation is superb. Watching from behind when I was standing in the slips, the variation of his has become a lot more. And when you have a little bit of mystery, you don't want to be one-dimensional bowler and bowl with the same speed. You need something different. The pace variation and the accuracy as well. So he's, I think, worked on both of it, and now you see that, he's getting a lot of wickets and getting more often as well. So, which is a good sign for us as a team. And then the middle order, obviously, we know that the spinners will be in play for a longer period of time. Not that the fast bowlers are not, but if you look at the entire game, their seamer got 5 wickets. But it was the spinners in the middle who controlled the game, with their variations that they have. And I thought whatever was thrown at them, they handled that pretty well. Shreyas, KL, Hardik, and Akshar, all these guys, they batted brilliantly, which is a good sign for us going into the semis, because we wanted to have these kind of situation where we are slightly under pressure, and then the middle order takes us through to that target, which they did.
Rohit, just continuation of their questions in terms of, just talk us through about Akshar's batting, because he's now coming in a different role at number 5, and today was a very tricky situation, 30 for 3. It's a role where KL Rahul has excelled in the past. So for him, how impressed were you with Akshar's performance? And also another question is, we've seen the last 3 games here, the contest is not skewed towards only the batsman. Do you think this is the way for ODI cricket to to get the balance right between bat and ball? Do you wish to play on such surfaces, even if it's seamer friendly? Do you wish to have pitches where there is contest there is something for both batters and bowlers?
That's something that makes the game very, very interesting. If there's something in for the bowlers as well, that makes it very, very interesting. So I'm one for it. When you have surfaces which is challenging you, whether it's with spin or with the seam, you want to have that. Playing this format, just not this format, but any format. You want a good contest. So I think that is what, when we came here, we knew the surfaces are going to be slow. There's a lot of cricket that is played on this surface, and it was so important for us to adapt really, really quickly to these conditions. Luckily we came here 5 or 6 days before. We had good training sessions, and the pitches at the academy were very much similar to what we're going to get here. So the adaptation is the key when you play on any surfaces, and I thought we adapted pretty well in all 3 games. Speaking about Akshar, look, that is something that we wanted from him, and the clear message was given to him when we started the ODI series against England, that no matter what the situation is, you will bat at 5, and the kind of improvement he's shown with his bat over the last year or so is superb to watch, and that is where we felt that we can utilize him, to bat in the middle and bat freely, and that is what he does. He likes to take the game on, likes to play his shots, and sometimes you're in trouble, you want to always take that positive route, and with Akshar, we definitely can do that. He showed it in the T20 World Cup final, which was a very, very crucial knock. Again, in that game as well, we were 3 down, and for him to come out and bat like that was superb, and got us to a decent total in the end. And that is what we expect. Whenever he's gotten an opportunity, he's shown that he can do just a bit more than what we expect him to do, and he's upped his game in terms of his batting. So always nice to have those kind of players in your squad.
Rohit, you said in the post-match that Australia have an ICC history of doing well in knockouts. They beat you in the final of 2023 World Cup. Facing them in the semi-finals gives you that added bit of added drive to beat them and move into the final?
No, look, it's a great opposition to play against. All we had to do is what we've been thinking about last 3 games, and we have to approach that game in a similar fashion. We understand the opposition and how they play and stuff like that, but I think the more and more we focus on what we need to do as a group, as a player, as a batting unit, as a bowling unit, that helps us a lot. I said it, yes, but look, Australia have been such a great team over the years, so we will expect some fight backs. We will expect some nervy times as well in the middle, but that is how the game is being played these days. And you're talking about semi-final. Obviously, the pressure will be on both teams to win that game. But I think it's important for us to just keep focusing on what we need to do, keep doing our things, and keep doing those things right. And then result will come if we keep doing the things that we are supposed to.
Captain, in the last 10-12 months, there's a growing trend where inexperienced players or players who haven't been part of the setup are blooded in, whether it's Nitish Reddy in Australia, Varun Chakravarti here. Even before that, Devdutt Padikkal during that home series against England. As a captain, coaches have changed, but you have been there. What goes behind that thinking? Is it an instinct-based call which you take, or you feel what is right for that moment? Like specifically on Varun, when did it occur to you that at the cost of a batter you would want someone like a Varun in these conditions? Just talk us through about that.
It's just the talent. There's something. If there's something really special about that particular player, you want to try and fast track him as quickly as possible and give him a go. Certain formats require certain skill set, and I thought, whenever we look at these kind of players, if the talent is there, then you don't want to shy away from blooding them and getting them into your team as quickly as possible. There will be question asked, there will be few eyebrows which will be raised, but I think as a team you want to do certain things which can help you win games, as simple as that. And I feel with the players that you mentioned, there is a good chance that they can have an impact in the game, in whatever stages of the game or whatever format they play. So it's important to just understand that talent, and I've been here long enough to understand what kind of players are talented. Even there are players who are not so talented, but they've made most out of their whatever talent they've had. I have seen a lot of players like that. But when you have talent, you just want to try and get them as quickly as possible in your team. With Varun especially, like we felt and we had to sacrifice a batsman, which we thought it's only 5 games in this tournament, and it's very unlikely that that batter is going to play at any stage unless there's an injury. And you don't make team thinking the worst, which is someone getting injured. If somebody is injured, you can always call them upon. But with Varun, we knew that there is a chance that he might play without any injury in the team. I know there are 4 spinners and all of that, but we played 4 spinners today. So looking at the surfaces here, looking at hearing about what has happened in Dubai in the past 2 months, there's a lot of cricket that has been played. So we somehow kind of knew that the surfaces are going to be slow. We were watching ILT20, which was played here, and we thought the slower bowlers will be a lot more helpful. And then we've got a batter sitting in the dugout anyway, and if we need a batter to come in, Rishabh is there for us. So we thought with an extra option with off the spin, there's always a chance that we can play those guys. So that was pretty much the thinking behind that.
रोहित, बोला जा रहा है कि इंडियन टीम एक ही जगह खेल रही है, लेकिन हवा थोड़ी सी बदल रही है. आज काफ़ी ठंडी थी, पहले मैच में थोड़ी गर्मी थी, आज विकेट पे बॉल थोड़ा रुक के आ रहा है. क्या इसकी वजह से आप बोले जा रहे हो कि भाई ये मालूम है ये कंडीशंस, लेकिन कंडीशंस थोड़े थोड़े तो बदल रहे हैं जिसका असर मैच पे हो रहा है? तो क्या इसकी वजह से ऑन योर टोज रहना आसान हो रहा है?
नहीं, देखिए, जो तीनों मैचेस हमने खेले इसमें नेचर सरफेस का सेम था, बट तीनों गेम में पिच अलग तरीके से बिहेव किया है. आज हमने देखा जब शुरुआत में उनके बॉलर्स सीमर्स बॉल डाल रहे थे, उनका बॉल थोड़ा सीम हो रहा था, स्विंग हो रहा था, जो हमने पहले 2 गेम में नहीं देखा जब हमारे बॉलर्स डाल रहे थे. और शाम में बिल्कुल थोड़ी सी ठंड है हवा में, तो वो स्विंग ऑब्वियसली होने का काफ़ी चांसेस है, हमें पता है ये चीज़. बट जो तीनों गेम खेला यहाँ पे 4 या 5 सर्फेसिस है जो यूज़ हो रहे हैं, तो हर सरफेस का अलग नेचर है. हमें भी नहीं पता कि कौन सा विकेट कैसा खेलेगा. दिखने में पिचेस एक जैसे दिखते हैं, बट जब आप जाके खेलो उस पर तो अलग अलग तरीके से खेलता है. तो आप ये सोच के नहीं जा सकते कि हमने कल परसों ऐसे खेला था, आज विकेट ऐसे ही रहेगा तो ऐसे ही खेलना है. हर बार पिचेस के अलग होने के कारण पिच थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट चैलेंजेस आपको दे रहे हैं. एज अ बैट्समैन हमको सोचना पड़ता है कि ये शॉट्स खेलना यहाँ पर ज़रूरी है या नहीं है. बॉलर भी जब बॉल कर रहे हैं तो आज थोड़ा सा स्पिन देखने को मिला, पिछले गेम में उतना स्पिन देखने नहीं मिला. तो हर सरफेस में अलग अलग चीज़ें हो रही है. तो हमें ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि हमको पता है कि इस पिच पे क्या होने वाला है और क्या नहीं होने वाला है. इवन फॉर अस इट इज़ अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ क्वेश्चन मार्क कि कौन सा पिच कैसे खेल रहा है, क्योंकि 4 या 5 सर्फेसेस है जो यूज़ हो रहे हैं यहाँ पे. हाँ, अभी देखो, अभी सेमीफाइनल में पता नहीं कौन सा पिच होने वाला है, बट जो भी होगा हमको अडेप्ट करना पड़ेगा, देखना पड़ेगा कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं, और खेलेंगे उस पर. और ये हमारा घर नहीं है, ये दुबई है, तो हम भी यहाँ पे इतना मैचेस नहीं खेलते. हमारे लिए भी नया है ये. थैंक यू.